Well, you weren't ready for that? Welcome to another episode of Ranga Chow. Cheers,
Welcome,
Ranga.
guys.
Alright, so we were just sort of brainstorming a little bit there, figuring out what our topic was going to be for today.
Oh, before we do that, thank you to our subscribers. We really appreciate what you've done. You're helping us along nicely. And people who click likes. We had a couple of unlikes the other day, which is kind of funny. But, you get that in the big city.
Look, we're not going to win everybody's heart, but we appreciate you for tuning in. Now, before I was rudely interrupted by this guy, we were brainstorming as to what we were going to talk about, and we got partway into a little bit of a jovial conversation about our driving history and vehicles we've driven and no longer drive for whatever reason.
That's right.
And we thought, bugger, that's a good topic. So let's go with some good old storytelling from Ranga and Chow of our life experiences.
I have a great accident that occurred to me. And, I wouldn't know if you'd call it great, but let's say a big accident.
Open to interpretation depending on which side of the fence you're sitting on.
Correct. I was driving a truck and a car pulled out in front of me and it sort of hit between the front axle and the back axle and it ripped the front of the car off. A couple of old people who were driving this car, big car. Anyway, I went back and she was upset, so I comforted her and comforted him. And not one person stopped to see if they were okay or if we were okay or anything. The police didn't turn up. The ambulance didn't turn up. No one was there. So after about 45...
Did you bring anyone? Did you pick up the phone and
No.
go, hey, I've just crashed?
I didn't want them there because the truck was okay. So after 45 minutes, I just got in the truck and took off.
You're a sweetheart. Speaking of accidents with trucks, when I was much younger, like 2 years ago, I was driving a ute and did a U-turn in front of a truck.
That's
Now,
always lucky.
Because of the accident, I don't quite remember the final seconds of the impact. I remember waiting for a couple of cars coming the other way. It was raining. I was doing a U-turn in front of the truck that was coming down a hill. And I don't know whether I spun the tyres and didn't get out of his way, stalled the vehicle, whatever it may be, but literally just twisted the whole car sideways. The door
Yikes.
hinge was on the brake pedal, the steering wheel was touching the gear stick, the
That's what you call a big
passenger door
accident.
was open at the top by a foot, and the car was still locked. So it was good. And apparently I then got on the phone straight after it. I'm ringing people, telling them about the accident. People are like, you need to go to the phone, you're in a destroyed car. It's all good, mate, don't worry.
Everyone's likes to talk about their car accidents and how they survived and all the rest of it. But I have
Oh, you like to talk about the ones where you die?
I have a mammoth accident. It has nothing to do with cars. It has to do with mobile phones. So
you accidentally send the wrong message to the wrong person. I've done that before.
No.
Very embarrassing.
That's bad. No, I had it in my top pocket, and I was putting down my dog's bowl of water, and it slipped out of my top pocket into the dog's bowl of water. No more phone. That actually happened to me twice. I can't believe that happened twice. Didn't learn the first time.
Well, you drop your phone in a bit of water and it dies. The very camera we're recording on right now, I did a retaining wall job, and I like to document the occasion, and somehow this camera ended up 2.5 feet down in a hole. It was filled with dirt, rained on for 3 days, dug back up, and here we are.
It works perfectly.
Any quality loss? Thank you. So
Big clap for
big hand
GoPro
to
out there.
GoPro. Mobile phones, on the other hand, you need to step up. Dog water bowls are taking you out.
What other crazy accidents I had? I had one in the shower where they'd been doing,
And that's how you became a father.
they'd been doing work on the water pipes, and so I went to turn the hot water on, and get in the shower, get that mix of hot and cold, and it's nice and warm and beautiful. In I get, and then the air in the pipe starts coming out, blasting me with hot water and scalding me. And that was my shower story. There's no real happy ending to that one. I got burnt.
Well, if you want to talk about good burn stories, when I was much younger, the old man has a little postie bike, like a little old Honda.
Oh,
great
exhaust
old bike.
pipe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great old bike. Now, he had it when he was a kid. Him and his brother played with it, and then we became old enough to ride it, so we put around the street. The old man takes us to a park with a big sign at the entrance that says, "No motorbikes. Don't take your motorbike in here." And I'm, sweet. I'm 10 years old. putting along on my postie bike.
Ooh.
Come around a blind corner and clean up a dude on a push bike. Put the bike over on myself, full throttle, stuck under the exhaust, trying to pull my way out. First thing old mate does is come, turns the bike off and lifts it off me, thanks, and then starts yelling at me. You're in so much trouble!
I tell you what, our friends in India will relate to that story quite well, because there are a lot of scooters and a lot of small motorbikes in India, and I can guarantee you, they have experienced the exhaust. Even when you just get on, like if you're
or a passenger,
if you're the passenger on a
sitting
scooter,
on the back and just put your foot
and
down,
your leg touches the exhaust pipe, how much does that hurt? I know.
And you know
terrible.
what? I recently had my midwife. We've become quite good friends with her since our child was born. She was around the other day for a casual catch up, and it turns out that if you have bad burns like that and your parents use hot water and liquid Dettol to clean it, which is wrong, burns need cold, FYI, and it could take months for that to heal. You can actually get a drug-resistant strain like bacteria in you.
Like golden staphylococcus or something like
Not as extreme, like you definitely can't get that, but the really, really slow healing things, there is. So to this day, I could have a bug in me that stops me from healing properly, and she's like, you know what, you should get that checked out.
Like, you are one big parasite.
Oh mate, split the end of that finger off the other day. I'm doing pretty well. I've actually got most of my skin on. So I think we've digressed a lot from car accidents.
Yeah.
We've gone down a few other roads there.
Anyway.
I feel we've had a good rant. I feel happy about today.
Another good rant. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget that little red subscribe button. It's so important because it really does help us to make more videos. Also, don't forget to have a look at our Patreon page as well. We've got a little Patreon there who's helping us along now, so that always helps financially. But yeah, click the like button and subscribe. We'll talk to you on the next one.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. See you guys.
If anyone was wondering when I was looking around like a weirdo, there's something on the roof.
Bush turkey. There's a bush turkey on the roof.
Of course there is.
What else would you do?
Why wouldn't